Hi viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I've shut the curtains, but as you can see, the light seems to want to just fill the room. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it go. I am Revealing Light Tarot after all, and when I bring the laptop down, you'll be able to see the cards quite nicely. I'm actually going away for a few days, but I've done some readings in advance. One of them looks at George and Kellyanne Conway's marriage, which was quite interesting. Theirs isn't a superficial situation at all. It's very, very complex. The other reading I've done is the week ahead for Trump, and without any surprises, obviously the whistleblower situation will dog him all of next week. Thank you to the viewers who are keeping track of my predictions. I did say, and they're telling me about it, I did say that there would be something, I think, that dropped in the second week of September, which actually worsened in the third week. So now back to the whistleblower. I did see an expansion of territory, something around annexing whatever it was benefited Vladimir Putin. Was it Putin on the phone? The Washington Post is reporting that, and we don't know that this is true because it's unconfirmed, that it was the Ukrainian president. Trump was withholding that money that Obama provided to beef up Ukraine's defences against Russian territorial expansion and the annexing of Crimea and the aggression toward Ukraine. So he was withholding that money in return for dirt on his political opponent, Joe Biden. Bribery threats. By the way, CNN's Chuck Todd, as I understand it, thought the president might have been a bit naive. Well, bribery threats, withholding, using taxpayers' money to threaten that's not naive, that's mobster behaviour. All right, so, and who does all that benefit? It benefits Vladimir Putin. Now, I will say one more thing about the whistleblower, and then if anything breaks, I'll jump on and read while I'm away. But I will say this, it's not just one incident, it's many occasions, multiple incidences. So it might involve more than Ukraine and Russia. It might even go to Saudi Arabia. It might even go to Israel. It might even go to North Korea. Now, let's not also forget Vladimir Putin's floating nuclear reactor ship barge that he's got floating around. He was testing nuclear-powered missiles that went awry. There was a huge accident. 5 of his scientists were killed. What did he plan to do? Launch nuclear-powered missiles from the nuclear-powered ship? Okay, so I'm just putting it out there because Putin's aggression knows no bounds. All right, let's have a look at Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, approving $250 million to beef up election security. It's going to make things better or worse if the states update to electronic machines that are vulnerable again with software to hacks. Is that going to make it better or worse? I guess my feeling on that, and I'll read on that, is that Moscow Mitch had to come out with something after the whistleblower. It's more than a controversy, crisis, constitutional crisis. Mitch McConnell had to do something to show that the Republicans weren't totally in the lap of Vladimir Putin. Well, is it going to make things better or worse? The leader of the Democrats in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, seems to think it will make things better. So we'll read on what was the motivation behind Mitch McConnell's willingness to bring forward that legislation. We'll take another look at the whistleblower. And I also read on Joe Biden's health yesterday for Patreon, and I did get some worrying cards for him. This could have just been a reflection of what's happening now in relation to the Ukrainian controversy, but it wouldn't hurt to take another look. I'm yet to see him come out and address this issue, the whistleblower complaint. But let's see what he's thinking. All right, so we'll get on with it. I'll bring the laptop down and off we go. Okay, let me just bring this back. All right, okay. Let's have a look at Moscow Mitch to start with. Why did he bring that? Why did he cave? Why did he cave on the election security bill and bring forward the legislation which will see $250 million? Why did he do that? And he did it on a particular day, and he did it in the middle of this whistleblower complaint crisis. Let's see. Why did Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, why did Moscow Mitch cave on that election security legislation? Okay, so it is. He does think that there are threats, but not just from Russia. He sees threats from everywhere now, and this includes China. If their systems are vulnerable to hacking from Russia, what's to say someone else isn't going to hack them? So it's also the world is watching. If America's elections aren't seen to be fair, there's no credibility. What's challenging that is the Empress card, which is my card for Mother Russia. So he has brought this forward in direct response to the controversy or the crisis surrounding Trump and the Ukraine, and obviously the benefit for Vladimir Putin. The Queen of Cups energy, Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, is no fool. He sees the need with all the proverbial hitting the fan for the Republicans to bring forward something that actually is quite patriotic. So that's the foundation of the reading, and it is this new energy that's moving through, that the Republicans understand they can't keep going the way they're doing things and win the election in 2020. They see the mood, they read the mood, they're political animals. This is all about playing to the electorate, softening. It's all about softening. The Seven of Pentacles in the past, they have been reevaluating, and I do feel in the readings that I have done cumulatively that there is a mood in the Republican Party that Trump has to go. So this could also be repositioning themselves for when, if Trump is found guilty of something, is impeached, if they decide that Trump, the Titanic has well and truly sunk, and they want to throw their hat in the ring with someone like Mitt Romney or someone else, this is all political repositioning. And it is a new start here with this Ace of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles in the near future. This is action-oriented, and it's reliability as well. So there could be more of McConnell moving away from Trump. It could be he's getting pressure from his donors as well. I'm talking about his American donors. It could be he's getting pressure from the Republican membership or the Republican base, not the cult of Donald Trump, the traditional members of the Republican Party, that this president has gone a step too far. Right now, things are getting out of control. This is the Chariot. Things are going to come forward. I think McConnell knows that they haven't a hope in Hades of keeping that whistleblower complaint back. The environment that this has generated is this expansion. Now, this could be expansion for commerce and expansion, the Chariot, commerce and expansion. This could also be to do with, because we've got the World card there, I feel that this is playing to those trading partners beyond China, America's traditional allies. Again, if America's elections are seen to be hackable by Russia, what does that then do? This is about commerce. This is about expansion. I feel that this is also about his Republican donors, the Republican membership, the Republican moneyed elite, putting pressure on McConnell to this president, as I said, has gone a step too far with this latest crisis. The hopes and the fears, the devil. In some way, I do feel McConnell is flexing his muscles and almost trying to rein in Trump now. I feel that the Republican Party, with the polls that Donald Trump has, and Trumpsters will come on and say this is the most popular president, blah, 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 blah. No, he's not. He's tanked in the polls, and this is likely to get worse because I do feel that this whistleblower complaint is coming out, and we're going to get a good look at what Donald Trump has been up to in the Oval Office with Vladimir Putin and co. And all the others, Saudi Arabia, Israel, etc. The Queen of Wands, this is also feminine, female voters. This is the power of the younger generation of women. This is the power of people that voters that use their intuition. They're not dumbstruck anymore, and McConnell knows it. So the election security bill, also Moscow Mitch, bothered him. This is the Ten of Swords. This is at his lowest point. I've looked at his face. He's anxious. He's worried, and well, he should be. He's aided and abetted a madman. Let's just put it like that. There's insecurity. What's unseen is deeply insecure about Donald Trump and where Donald Trump is going to lead them, and it's all around the money news. So there has been a recognition here, and it is a subtle recognition. Well, perhaps not a subtle recognition, but for us it is, because we tend to think the Republicans will go to hell in a covered wagon with Donald Trump. They won't. There's a recognition here with these three cards that McConnell is very insecure about Trump's financials and coming out, seeing the light. So if 1 + 1 = 2, if the whistleblower's complaint is going to see the light, so to speak, and the tax returns show the relationship with the foreign adversarial countries such as Russia, Saudi Arabia, whatever, mainly Russia we're talking about, and this all comes out, where is that going to leave people like Mitch McConnell, who has been Trump's #1 protector? They are looking for a new start. Bringing forward this election security bill is part of that Queen of Cups energy coming through. The Queen of Cups is no pushover. She's got something to reveal, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing a lot of information coming out into the light. So let's have a look at the whistleblower. Will the whistleblower come forward? The whistleblower has hired a former CIA officer who is a lawyer that specialises in whistleblower protections. Can't be easy for that whistleblower under the circumstances. Okay, is the whistleblower going to come forward? Will this whistleblower come forward? Okay, so we've got the King of Swords as the signifier card. This is suggesting that investigations, it could be the lawmakers themselves, this could even be Adam Schiff as the central card, have the upper hand. What is challenging those investigations, or shall we say the truth that is coming out, is the retreat card, the mortally wounded card. So I feel that this whistleblower is actually quite, when you look at what's happened to Andrew McCabe, for example, and others, Dan Coates, the former DNI, Director of National Intelligence, walked out of a meeting, instructed Sue Gordon to. Dan Coates has remained silent. This is. I have to say, it's not a fear, but there is always the possibility that Trump will go after this whistleblower. Okay, the King of Wands is the foundation of the reading. This is leadership and lawmakers. So I do feel that they have the upper hand in this at this point in time. Queen of Swords in the past, bringing out the truth. Again, there's this feeling that some of us have, that this is a woman fairly high up in the intelligence services. As I think I've read in the Washington Post, this is a senior operative, and their main motivation is to bring forward the truth. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups. Now, that's interesting as the potential, what's in the sky. This is about deals. This is about collaborations. I feel that she will, or he, if it's a he, will do a deal because we've got the King and we've got the Queen of Swords here, suggesting that the truth, the information, the unbiased, objective information is going to come out. I feel that she will do some sort of deal with somebody. This is a collaboration. Yeah, although we've got the Lovers card here as well, which is Donald Trump in the immediate future. He could also be represented by this Four of Swords as well, that he's been wounded by this. Let's keep going. I felt that he or she might do a deal either with Schiff, Adam Schiff and his committee to testify behind closed doors, or it could even be the media as well. Right now we've got the Emperor, the autocrat. So this again is this dictator-like energy around this. William Barr coming forward, Trump's lawyers coming forward saying the Emperor cannot be investigated, cannot be charged, indicted, anything. The Emperor, the president, is able to do exactly what he wants to do. That hasn't been tested in court, and I think that's where it's going to go. The environment that this has created is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are at their lowest ebb, and I do feel that things will start to improve. The other aspect of the Wheel of Fortune is things could actually in some way improve for Donald Trump around this situation. I hate to say that, but he might, in the shorter term, have a win with this in trying to hide the information, because this is what the hope and the fear is all about. It's about hiding this whistleblower complaint. Four of Pentacles. Right at the moment, it's looking pretty. The whistleblower is really very, very insecure. There's also Trump going back to the past as well. This is around his money. So right now what I'm getting is Trump's insecurity around his tax returns coming forward. It's all about the money. Okay, it's all about the money. Now, if this is Ukraine, will this information come forward? Because tarot won't just give you a black and white answer. You know, you really have to sometimes dig for what's going to occur. You really put your intuitive hat on. Trump withheld the money. If this is about Ukraine, Trump withheld the money that was allocated in the Obama era. And this had to do with new income sources to Ukraine that were being withheld by Donald Trump in return for dirt on Biden. If that's the case, it's suggesting that this will come out. Let's clarify that. The Four of Pentacles, holding back money, insecurity, hanging on to money. The Six of Pentacles, something to do with a new income source, a new monetary allocation in the past. If that's the case, is this reading telling me that the whistleblower complaint will come out? Can I have some clarity on the Four of Pentacles? Will this whistleblower complaint come out? Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands suggesting that there is action, there is a plan to bring the information out. It was an abuse of power. And we've got the Seven of Pentacles, this re-evaluation that we saw in the Mitch McConnell reading. What's at the base of the pack? The Chariot, things coming out. There's more coming out about Trump. And look what we've got. We've got justice. Okay, so yes. The fact that I didn't get a very clear answer on this is that it is all still in form. It's all coming into form. So we go to the base of the pack energies, which is the unseen, which is operating in parallel. Justice will be done on this without a doubt. It's suggesting that the whistleblower will collaborate, or that could even be the lawyer that he or she has hired. But there will be some kind of protection for that whistleblower at the end of the day. Okay. Just following on from that, is Trump worried about this whistleblower complaint coming out, or will he just shrug it off and go, yeah, I can do anything I want? Is Trump worried about this whistleblower complaint? I'm hearing he's more worried about his tax returns. Okay, so is Trump worried about the whistleblower complaint? So we've got the devil, greed and avarice, which would fit. We've got the abuse of power, and we've got strength. Yeah, okay, so he's either going to, that's strength and endurance. Lying is what Trump would consider a strength. Being able to shrug off the law and blatantly disregard the law is what Trump would see as a strength. But this is also the strength and endurance of the system. So at some level, Trump is worried about that. Let's have a look then at his tax returns. He's now suing to stop the New York State from getting hold of his tax returns. Really, I don't know why Trump supporters don't ask themselves, why is he trying so hard to keep information back? The unredacted Mueller report, the grand jury evidence that Mueller's jury heard, the whistleblower complaint, the tax returns, his financials, his bank stuff. Why is he trying so hard to keep it back, if he's got nothing to hide? All right. His tax returns, are we going to see those? Is New York State going to have a win? Are we going to see those tax returns? My feeling is yes, we are. This is what Trump's afraid of. And this card came up time and time again in connection with the whistleblower readings I've done. Think for a moment, if he was withholding that money, who benefits from Ukraine's weakened defences? The person that wants territorial expansion. Okay, the Queen of Wands. This is yes. This is a yes card, and it's going to matter. And the Queen of Pentacles, another yes. We've got two queens here. Letitia James. They're going to get them, I do feel. Because this queen, she has a strong plan, and this is about stability, security, and that, of course, when the information is out, when Trump is exposed, then of course this Queen of Pentacles is working for the not just the stability of you, but the stability of the world. Okay, so let's just clarify this. Is this Letitia James? Is she going to get those tax returns? The Queen of Pentacles. She's always showing up in the readings. The Queen of Pentacles. Is Letitia James going to get those tax returns? Okay, so we're going back to the past. And we've got the Knight of Swords, yeah. So that's action being taken and the truth coming out. Oh, loans and debts. I could keep going. One more. Oh, the Tower card. Okay. Things changing for the better at the base of the pack. This is working in a team. So there is this team approach. I do feel that the Democrats at the federal level will benefit from all of this as well. We've got the isolation, the September card, Trump being isolated, this Queen of Cups energy coming forward. So I'm feeling pretty confident. This card kept turning up just before the midterms when I was saying there was going to be a blue wave. This is a very strong card. a very strong card for revealing the truth. So I do feel that there will be, the tax returns will eventually come to light. I'm using that phrase a lot as the light streams in here. One more question, given the reading that I did on Joe Biden's health. He got the Tower card. What's that about? Is this about Ukraine? What's going on? Is Joe Biden's health okay? Is Biden's health all right? Does Joe Biden have any health concerns? How's it going to be in the longer term? Joe Biden health. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles. He has to look after his health. That's all about planning to go the distance. So he's very health conscious. The Page of Cups. This is sometimes suggesting that some surprise news. It's the volunteer card, although in this deck it's actually quite, it's like three people having a party. But traditionally it means effort, volunteering effort. But it can, where the heart's involved, something being done, I think Biden does believe that he's here at a time to take on Trump. I think that's a fairly genuine belief of his. But there's also a surprise news aspect of this. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is reliability and patience and courage. Page of Pentacles. This is news coming forward. We've also got the betrayal. So I do feel that this Ukrainian issue is coming into this, and we've got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak and loss. This is around his son. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I do feel that these issues are going to grow for Biden. However, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a fairly strong card. We've got something ending, and we've got building, having to put the work in, but also building fairly strong foundations. And we've got the Empress card, the Mother card, Russia. So I do feel that Biden is there because he sees the threat to the US. He is genuinely motivated to step forward at this time. He's been under a lot of pressure, but I do feel that at this point in time he's okay, and he is taking certain steps so that he can go the distance, see the distance, particularly around campaigning, which can be very tough. All right, that's it for today. As I said, I'll be going away. Unless there's breaking news, I won't come on, but I have read ahead. The Kellyanne Conway and George Conway reading is interesting, and tomorrow I'll upload a Trump in the week ahead. So have a great week, everybody. I'll be back toward the end of the week, and I'll see you then. But if there's something that will break, I will see what I can do. Okay then, thank you viewers, bye for now.